The other day I had this conversation with an ant. Well, it wasn't really a conversation, but I sat and watched an ant and like just kind of got lost in thought and felt like we were like mentally communicating like telepathically, you know what I mean? But not really. It was more just like observation. But I got a lot from the experience, and so that's why I look at it as a conversation. But it's weird. Like I watched him and like he was like so busy, like just like doing whatever he was doing, just doing ant things. And it was interesting to me that he just seemed to have no perception of me. Like, and if he did, it was like it didn't affect what he was doing. It didn't like wow him. It didn't like he's intelligent enough to live his life and be an ant, but he couldn't even like really process me being there. And like I feel like even if he crawled at me, like I still would wonder, like, does he know I'm there? And it just made me think, because I was like, what is there that is greater than my human intelligence and perception that's right there, and I'm fully capable of like seeing it and perceiving it and experiencing it, being aware of it, but I'm just not. And I'm not saying like there's some giant being that's just like sitting there like meditating or watching over, like, just like sitting somewhere, like, just right over there, and I just don't happen to see it. It could be. But what I am saying is that like it made me think more about like what's right outside of our perception, and the fact that we all see in spectrums, and different animals have different visual, like sight, light perception, like what they can see. Like some animals, some insects can see things that we can't see, like, in the spectrum of light and color. Some creatures have completely different perception of color and light, and so what does that say? Like, who's to say that we are the most dominant, we are the dominant species, and like we are the best, most significant species here, and everyone else is getting an inferior experience of reality? Like, you can't really say that, because they're living their life to the fullest. They're living their full potential as whatever creatures they are, and they don't have any of the problems that we have. And so, are we really above them? Are we inferior? Like, we are the aliens on this planet. We are the ones that are just like it's like we're part of this planet, but we don't exactly fit here. Like, we're the ones that have no fur, like, we're very strange creatures. But I don't know, man, that ant made me think. Like, it was not like life-changing or anything like that, but it just made me wonder, like, what is, not even physically, like, just from an energetic perspective, just from a just in an abstract way, like, what is right there in front of me that I don't realize is happening? Like, what is just beyond the horizon for me that I am completely unaware of because of my own belief systems, like just limited conceptions, our environment brews like mentality, like it just, it sows it and keeps it growing. Like, whatever environment you're in, like, will perpetuate where you're at, and change comes through shifting into new environments, new timelines, new experiences. I'm not saying small, like, macro level changes or, couldn't happen, micro changes, whatever. Like, but I get micro and macro confused. Ooh, maybe. But yeah, like that little dude, like, you know, he has no idea that I was thinking about him. Like, that's the thing. Even if he knew I was like aware of him, and he just was like, whatever, I don't care about this dude. He's chill. Did he know I was thinking about him? Like, how does that affect him and his experience? Like, there's a human being just sitting there thinking about him, and now making a video about him, like, you know, days later. I don't know. It just like it just really sat with me, and like, you know, for days now, like I've been like, you know, say something about it, make a little video, like, and I'm not attaching any profound wisdom to it. It's just one of those things that I'm like still pondering about, and just wondering if anyone else has had any experiences like that, just observing something and then, you know, applying the trying to think the right word, like it's kind of like a not as above so below, but you know, in a sense, like that kind of just everything is connected, like, you know, it's kind of like a oneness thing, you know, like what applies on a smaller scale, like the laws of certain things, you know, will apply on a macro scale. um and so it's like you can look at little things like, you know, the ant and that whole scenario, and I can apply that to other situations and things on a much broader, bigger, you know, scale, where I can. It's early, man. I'm still trying to wake up, but I feel like you get what I mean. But I'm about to run into the gas station and get me something to help wake me up, because I did my breath work and stuff today, but I'm still did my yoga, did my qigong, and I'm still like not quite there. So I'm gonna run in and get some. Hopefully nothing bad. Try not to be the shaman on ramen, but I hope y'all have a good day. Namaste. Peace.